I'm Kit, and welcome to The Wandering Kit. I just wanted to make this video at the start of this vlog and just introduce myself, introduce what it's going to be about, and why I'm starting on this journey. I started riding in 2021. I inherited this bike right here in 2014 when my dad passed away, and it's a 2009 Harley-Davidson Nightster 1200 XL. I inherited it in 2014. I brought it out here from the Appalachia region of Kentucky to western Colorado, and it sat in storage for 7 years. Unfortunately, just the timing of being in my early 20s, I didn't have the funds to get it on the road or get my endorsement, any of those types of things, and so it sat for a while. And I got it on the road in 2021, and I have taken it everywhere. Not a huge amount of miles on it. I have put probably about 12,000 miles on it in the course of 3-ish seasons. I had a lot of mechanical issues. It's been down a lot. Now he's running great, but I got a 2024 Harley-Davidson Road Glide named Raven at October last year. She's parked out front, but you'll see her in probably most of my videos. I have a love for motorcycles from my dad. I rode on the back of this one for the first few years of being associated with my motorcycles. My dad had street bikes like crotch rockets before that, and I had no interest in being on the back of those. And then he got to this. Sorry, allergies are horrible, so please forgive me for sniffling or rubbing my nose. But anyways, street glides, I had no interest in riding in those. He got this bike in 2009, straight off the lot, brand new. Had some work done to it, like new bars, things like that, before he even took it home. And so I have kept the look of Clevis. It's named after my dad. It's one of his nicknames from the coal mines. And I have kept 8-pangers, but I brought them down. He had 18s. These are 14s. I kept the look by not changing the peanut tank out, but I have done a lot of stuff. The bike was hit, and I spent the extra money after insurance to change to mag wheels, so I had tubeless tires. I've changed out the plug wires. You can see a little bit of the teal here. Re-added speakers. I changed out the seat, added saddlebags. I do a lot of my own wrenching. Other than engine work. I don't have a place that's safe to work on an engine, nor do I have the capabilities to do that. I have not learned enough about it. There was a period of time that I was a shop rat for a local shop. I really enjoyed going down there and learning things and practicing on my own bikes. However, that's not a part of my life anymore. And so anything that is beyond the capabilities that I can do in this shed goes to a shop. And so same with Raven. You'll notice on her there's a lot of teal. I have had that custom powder coated. I've installed all of those parts. However, regular, 1,000 mile, 5,000 mile, 10,000, etc. services, she goes to a shop. And then I just do the regular maintenance and the stuff that I can have the capability of doing. So some of my videos will be me wrenching on my bike, whether that's just changing out highway pegs or plugs or putting a new windshield on, that kind of stuff. I don't expect a lot of that in the near future, only because both the bikes are set up to how I want them as of now. But I know myself, and in the future there will be videos where I'm working on my bikes. I'm also going to take you on a lot of trips. I just finished a 10-day trip back in May, up to the Pacific Northwest, and then down the entire Pacific coast, down to, well, as much as it that we had access to, down to LA. And so that's actually going to be my first series on the vlog, is our Let's Go West series. And so I learned a lot on that trip. I took tons of video, but I noticed things that I missed getting video of that I wish I would have done. I also have microphones now in our helmets, so that it's not all voiceover, hopefully, because I have a really hard time talking to a camera, even though I know you guys are going to view it later. It's something that I'm still going to have to get used to. And voiceover is even worse. But I've noticed I'm getting better with every video. And so just be a little patient with me, please, as I become accustomed to this. You'll also in the winter, because I do live in Western Colorado, probably get some video of me just inside talking about my gear or showing off the bikes. Just because it's bitter cold out here in the winter. I do ride every month of the year, typically. I have at least for the last 2 seasons. Some of it on Clevis, most of it now on Raven. She's got all the creature comforts of heated grips and a heated seat. Went ahead and went all out with that stuff. But it does get into the negative temperatures, and so there's going to be times where I'm just indoors and doing some gear reviews for you guys. A little bit of everything, but all in all focused around motorcycles. I may take you on a couple other adventures because I do love hiking, dirt biking, which I don't have a dirt bike anymore. Oh, I wish I still had one. Paddleboarding, those kind of things around Colorado. So you might get a random video in there, but it's definitely going to be focused around motorcycles and that community. As I mentioned, I believe I mentioned before that I will be doing some video on while I'm commuting. I may not have this. I'm going crazy, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, so I do work a full-time job as an accountant, and so some of my videos may just be me commuting back and forth, and those are the ones that I'd love to offer Q&As. So if you have any questions about my bikes, about my trips, my gear, any of that kind of stuff, please feel free to drop them in comments of my videos, and then I'll just make a list and I'll answer some of those as I'm commuting to work. There may be a lot of commuting time that is voiceover, frankly, because I take the interstate and you get a lot of wind noise when you're on the interstate. And so even with external mics and all of that kind of stuff. So those are going to be good opportunities for that. I have a few more long trips planned for this year. Definitely not as long as my 10-day trip, but I know I have a couple long weekend trips coming up. One to Bishop's Castle in Colorado. I also have one down to Pagosa Springs, where we'll go over Red Mountain Pass, also known as the $1 Million Highway, through Ouray and Silverton and all of that down to Durango and then Pagosa Springs. I think that's all I have for you guys for right now. I just wanted to introduce myself. Oh, one more thing. I mentioned that I'm a full-time accountant. I also do photography on the side, and now I'm starting this vlogging, and so I have a goal of posting every Thursday, whether it's a short video doing Q&A or whether it's a longer video from a trip. I ask that you encourage me to stick to that, but be patient with me if I miss some time. Colorado has a lot of beautiful areas. However, it also can mean multi-day trips. And I do have 2 dogs, and my partner in life, Levi, he works away from home quite a bit. And so I can't always just go take a weekend trip. But I'm excited to take you along on all of these adventures, whether it's a day trip, multi-day trip, commuting, or even just run into a coffee shop. So thank you for coming along. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel. That'll be the best way to follow me along my journeys. I have also started a Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram that you can follow, but most of my videos are going to be posted straight to YouTube. Anyways, thanks again. Have a great day.